LG 55 QNED866. Check the description below for key moments of timestamps like dimensions and other key moments. Top of the box, cover plate, pedestal neck, instruction book and remote pack. In the box, heavy pedestal base, great, that is the TV from the front, the side, bit of thickness to it, and the back. And for a 55 without stand, it's very heavy. Included accessories, instruction book and remote pack, cable tidy, cable guide for the back of the TV, another cable guide for the back of the TV, some machine screws there to build up the pedestal stand, AA batteries, a magic remote. Quick close-up of the magic remote, power on and off at the top, channel numbers, guide, audio description and subtitles there, volume up and down, channels up and down, mute button, microphone or voice command button, home button, source or input button, left, right, up, down and enter, being that scroll that, or you can just press it in for enter, back button, settings cog, hold down the settings cog, it should take you to all settings, coloured buttons for whatever they refer to, apps and media playback. Then you've got quick access, Netflix, Prime, Disney Plus, Rakuten, LG channels and Alexa. Flip it over, AA batteries into the back. Quick look at the quick setup guide, so list of included contents there, then unpacking it from the box, laying it on a large flat surface, any sticky stuff taken off the back. Building the pedestal stand up, looks similar to last year's to be honest, and then installing that pedestal stand or pedestal base onto the TV. On the back there, list of connections on the TV and popping your batteries into that magic remote. Then dimensions for the TV as well, what they refer to. And on the back of it there, VESA mount dimensions and some blurb about their wall mounts you can buy from them. Okay, this part is the pedestal neck. There we go. So that is the pedestal neck, just a simple bit of black plastic. Instructions where to put your screws through the holes there if it shows, and some other paperwork where to put your screws. Got those little clips to locate into the TV with the through holes there to connect to the back and the through holes there to connect to the base, or pedestal base should I say. This is the pedestal base, heavy bit of mild steel with a sort of matte silver finish on there. Straight away we can see 4 threaded posts there for the stand and some hooks to help you locate it. Turn it upside down. And all we've got there, some rubber feet so it doesn't slip about or mark your surfaces it stood on. And the only other thing we've got is a plastic cover for the back of that pedestal neck. So we've got these 2 hooks that will locate into these slots if they show on the bottom of the base, and then obviously the through holes for the screws, so that onto there like that, and then 4 screws into those holes. Drop your screws in, quickly wind those in. Well, it should be nice and secure. I'll put the plastic cover on for now as well. So again, this has got 2 hooks on it for the show into those little holes. It should just clip on the back like that. Now using the box and the included polythene sheet as my large flat work surface. We got some slots there, 4 threaded holes for these tabs here, 3 tabs to locate into those slots. So tilt it in, he says, drop it down, and then we can see the through holes. I'll just zoom in. 4 machine screws into those holes. Quickly wind those in. Grill. While I've got the TV in this position as well, you can see there's 3 areas there where we can use these cable guides. They can just go into them holes, and once you poke them in, I think the only way to get them out is to maybe break them, because I can never get them out again. And then you can also put one there or there. Purpose being, for the mains lead and all your HDMIs, you can guide it through there, clip that down like so, under that hook here. Another bit of cable retention there as well. If it comes out, note that back in. Ooh, a bit awkward. Into there and push it down just to keep it looking tidy from the back. Quick look at the inputs on the side of the TV. We've got the CI card slot reader there, HDMI 1 and 2, then HDMI 3 and 4. HDMI 3 is enhanced audio return channel. 4 HDMIs in total, 3 and 4 are labelled at 4K 120Hz. Then we've got digital optical audio out. And if I spin the TV around, we've then got the connections going in underneath. Wired internet or LAN connection, satellite for FreeSat and free to view sat, terrestrial aerial input, and USB. Yeah, so we've actually got another USB that I missed at the top there as well. Dimensions. First thing, pedestal base, fairly nice and sensible, narrow central base. So 50 centimeters or 19 3/4 inch. Depth 26 centimeters or 10 1/4 inch. Whatever it stood on to the bottom of the TV, 7.5 centimeters and 2 7/8 of an inch. To the top, 78 1/4 centimeters or 30 3/4 of an inch. Width wise, 55 inch model, 123.5 centimeters or 48.5 inches. It's 45 millimeters at its thickest point. Piece amount is 300 by 300 square. M6 bolts, probably 10 to 15 mil. From the bottom of the TV to the centre of that first piece amount hole, it's about 244 millimeters. I've just turned up my exposure so we can see that backlight, because it does look a bit patchy, if I'm honest. But we'll see what it's like when it gets going as a TV.
Press the OK button, wheel, on your remote.
Oh, that's crap again. Okay, press the OK wheel.
Okay.
We'll get rid of this
Language,
voice guidance
English,
in a moment.
checked.
English.
Bosnian, unchecked. Next.
Next.
Button. Country, United Kingdom, checked. Next. Button. Audio guidance is currently turned on to assist the visually impaired. Yes. Button.
No, we
button.
do not want to keep that turned on. So 2 ways to sign in. You can use your mobile device, it'll transfer your LG VinQ account to the TV, Wi-Fi details, all that business. I'm just going to do it step by step with a remote. To my wired internet connection, and next. Down to more and agree. The way to watch TV for me is TV only. Obviously if you've got set-top box it will come up and you can select set-top box. Pop your postcode in for regional stuff. Now I've turned on another TV in the shop, great. To optimise the sound, select how it's installed. obviously stand for me. Oh, so you can use AI Picture Pro and AI Sound Pro. That'll look at the content you're using, optimize the sound and picture to give you the best results from that. And a quick demo of it there. Okay, but for the demo, I'm going to put it all onto standard for now. So I'll say next. Software automatic update I'm going to leave on in the shop. At home I just do it manually as and when. Okay, program tuning. So I'll set it off. I'm on antenna for aerial, and you can have either cable or satellite as well. So I'll say next, digital only, and next. So I'll come back when this is complete. Okay, tuning is complete. Quick message there, do I want extra channels delivered over the internet? Mixed in with the Freeview, I'll say yes. And continue. So don't skip here, wait till it says complete. That's the region select, and my region is Yorkshire. That's where my aerial's facing. Home of the brave and strong. So I'm just waiting for it to say complete or done or whatever it says at the bottom, because I think if you say skip it may not save them. There we go, done. Okay, so LG account, at home I've signed in. Last year you had to sign in to get YouTube, which was annoying. But it's a good idea to sign in at some point, just if you do want additional apps. Obviously in store I'm going to skip, but at home I do have an account. Okay, so add additional apps recommended by LG. So I'm going to go Prime, close, that's the quick setup, iPlayer, YouTube, and Now. So I don't want it to turn on via Wi-Fi because it will use extra electricity. That's how you can cast YouTube from your phone. It will wake your TV up, turn it on, but it does use extra power and standby to receive those commands. Okay. So before I change any settings, picture settings or anything, I'm going to go to retail mode, check out the retail demo quickly, then I'll do the settings after, because if you do it before, it reverts back to the defaults. If I can remember where it is. So down to support, home or store mode, so onto store mode. And that is bright. Let's turn the brightness down a bit.
His heart is filled with
Back to home. Super bright. So that TV goes extremely bright, as we can see. I've turned my exposure right down on my camera, but anyway. Okay, so all the way across to media player. New ones. Fishing. Right, and that is it. Exit. So I'm going to quickly whip it back to home mode, so up to settings again. See if I can remember where it was. Oh. Down to support. And home mode. Okay, and while we're on settings, I'll do them all. So what else we got there? Software updates in there if you want to choose auto or just do it manually, or you can check for updates manually. Onto general, external devices, HDMI settings. So I always have CEC on my products, it just makes things work together easier. Turn your PlayStation on, turns your TV on onto the correct channel. CEC will also control your soundbar, pass the sound back to your soundbar, turn the volume on and up with the TV remote on the soundbar, and it will turn the soundbar on and off with it, if I didn't already say that. Or your AV receiver, whatever else you're using, Sky Q, Virgin, it will interact with that. Back and back again. System and additional settings. So for me, home settings wise, on the power on screen, I want it to go to the recent input. So that means every time you turn the TV on, if you were last watching Netflix or live TV, whatever, it will go back to that. If you have it set to home menu, every time you turn it back on, it will come up with this home screen first, then you'll have to choose the app or whatever you were using. So back again. The only other thing I want is eco settings somewhere. Which was that? Down here. So down to energy saving. Turning that off. So the screen's going to get a bit brighter again. Just sort out my exposure on the camera. Okay. And back again. Auto power off. At home mine set to 2 hours because the kids, leaving the TV on. In store, turning it off. A lot of people, if they live on their own, they don't like to have that on because every couple of hours, if you don't press a remote, you'll get an inactivity message saying the TV is going to turn itself off. And back again. And then let's have a look. So on the sound settings, sound out. Oh, not that one. Advanced settings. So down there, DTV set to auto. At home, mine's set to Dolby Digital or Dolby Digital Plus to work with the AV receiver. So if you're watching something on live TV that's in 5.1, it will pass it through at 5.1. If we've got down the bottom there, digital sound output, that wants to be set to pass through if you're using a sound system, because if you're watching Netflix or anything, it's passing Netflix through at Dolby Digital 5.1 or Dolby Atmos. Also eARC support. If you don't have an eARC sound system, turn that off because you might get funny results or distortion. If you have got an eARC compatible sound device, leave that eARC support turned on. And that is it for that. And then on to picture. So picture for the demo, I'm going to put standard. At home, I've tinkered with my own custom one, but standard for the demo, so we can just use that as our comparison. Alright, back, back and back. So onto live TV.
The secret list that he has in his back pocket of nearly
shut
bankrupt
my mouth.
banks. And he manages that situation He didn't prevent a painful recession, but he prevented that recession turning into a depression and a social catastrophe. And he did so with humility, with calmness, and no little dry wit as well.
Faisal, thank you. Faisal Islam, remembering Alistair Darling. A deal has been struck on the first day of the UN Climate Summit in Dubai to start giving money to the country's hardest hit
I don't know
by
why I'm
global
sure
warming.
their studio's
The UN
gone to
Secretary General
SD
Antonio
now, but
Guterres said that
that's
what's being
another
called the
matter.
Loss and Damage Fund was essential to delivering climate justice to the most vulnerable. Our climate editor Justin Rolat reports from Dubai.
A petrostate hosting a climate conference sounds like the beginning of a bad joke. But the president of COP28, who is also
just going to
the
go on
head
to
of the
standard
UAE's
definition for a
huge
quick
state
comparison.
oil company, says he knows the world has to change and is taking.
Decided.
The cheers are because the
That's
conference has
an SD.
agreed to create a fund to pay for the loss and damage climate change is already
HD.
wreaking on poorer countries.
This whole area was destroyed.
It has been a bone of contention between the developed and developing world for decades.
SD again.
Is in the making, and it's time now to get the job done, and so that we can get money into the areas affected by the
HD.
harms of climate change.
More than £300 million has already been promised for the fund, including 60 million from the UK. So what else is on the agenda? Here are the three most contentious issues on the table. First
Back
up,
to SD.
a third of all emissions in their carbon cutting targets. Second up, cash for developing
And
countries.
just to be fair
The
to
rich
the
world calls
TV, the
climate
HD we saw on that, it didn't look that HD. It looked better than the SD, but I'm sure they've degraded the quality on BBC News or BBC One HD on the news. Back to HD for last time. While it's here, actually, quick look at the guide. So press the guide button, and on these LG TVs, it's only a single tuner on the satellite and terrestrial aerial, so you can only record one at a time. But gives us their channel that we're on. We've got that vertical orange line to tell us what time it is or how far we're progressing through that program list. So if I wanted to watch people jeering at each other on question time, that's on at what, 10, what's it say, 20 to 11 that's on. Or I could go down to say mock the week, news night, whatever, and press enter. So I'm using the cursors up and down to go up and down one by one. If I press the channel up and down button, I can go paging up and down that list. And I keep turning the TV on behind me, which is annoying. Off you go. Okay, and to get out of that, you can either press the guide button up again, or press the exit button. Okay, I'm going to launch a quick bit of sports from my phone.
Stadium in Singapore, they take on the Italian champions, Juventus. Spurs include the likes of Dele Alli, Heung-min Son and Toby Alderweireld in their starting 11. Juventus versus Tottenham Hotspur, a fixture many on in his kind of area. Heung-min Son for Spurs. Can't switch it in
terms of form from that moment on.
Into Mandzukic, great ball. He directed it to the correct corner. And those two working again. 4 on 3 here for Spurs. Son, well laid off, and Buffon makes a fine save. He's coming in for Eric Lamela. Troy Parrott denied on the first attempt, but Lamela was there to beat Buffon. Spurs have been the better team, and on the half hour, they lead Juventus. The foul to me on the edge of the penalty area. We play on.
I believe it was.
Pjanic, Higuain, well worked for Tolo Higuain, buries it, and he is a true finisher, and he's done it against Tottenham Hotspur before in the Juventus shirt. The man back from Chelsea has made it Juventus 1, Cecilio up against Walker Peters. A good cutback, and it's deflected into the net. And Ronaldo has his goal, and Juventus have turned this around. They now lead by 2 goals to 1. And there is the iconic celebration of Cristiano Ronaldo. She's up to win the ball in the Juve half, and what a pass for Lucas Moura. He's assisted the equaliser. Spurs are back level against Juventus. Great work by Ndombele, and Lucas Moura has stabbed it into the net. What an immediate impact. And brilliant work again by Walker Peters.
Boy, was excellent in terms of his hold-up play. I can see him being there was an opportunity here.
Kane, what a goal done! Wow! What a goal to win it! Szczesny's caught out! Harry Kane has scored the goal of this tournament! That is extraordinary! Tottenham Hotspur 3, Juventus 2. How did he come up with that? Very special indeed! That is it. Tottenham Hotspur have won their first game of...
Okay, credit to Ubisoft for this one. It's Star Wars Outlaws, official game trailer, next gen game trailer.
These are dangerous times. At least that's what I hear. The Empire? They're everywhere. But the world here belongs to the syndicates. If I want to survive, I have to play their game. Looks like I'm all in.
She's in here somewhere.
On second thought, I'm out.
There she is.
I've been held back my whole life. And now, I just need a chance to finally be free. Wherever that takes me.
I'm here to offer you a way out, okay?
Get off my ship, Jalen.
Give me a chance. You're gonna have to trust me. It'll be dangerous, risky. But if you pull this off, you'll never look over your shoulder again.
The underworld shows no mercy. But it's a big galaxy out there, and I'm gonna risk it all.
Star Wars Outlaws, coming 2024.
Pretty cool. Credit to Ubisoft again for that one. Back to the home menu. Quick look at the home screen before I go. So at the top there we've got the Freeview Play Guide. You can go to that, go backwards on your TV guide, load up programs from this morning that you may have missed, like Homes Under the Hammer or whatever at 10 in the morning. Search, settings, notifications, that's your account settings. Down there we've got an advert and some bits about sports, home hub, using it as a home office screen, and live TV. Down from there, LG channels, there are some IP channels, they come through the internet. Now TV, Netflix, iPlayer, ITVX, All4, My5, Prime Video, Disney Plus, Sky Store, Apple TV. You can also mirror your Apple iPhone to it, or you can cast your Android phones to it. Rakuten, YouTube, BBC Sounds, apps, so go there, sign in your LG account for more apps. Sports Alert, Home Hub, Art Gallery, Web Browser, cheap Bluetooth mouse and keyboard, you can browse the web. media player, Alexa, and you can edit that app list to make it your own. Down from there, trending now from different sources, going across. And then now streaming, and that bar across the top, so you can see what's now streaming, some pics from different sources, ITVX, My5, etc. And that is about it. So all in all, it's not a bad TV really. Backlight, you do see it bleed in a few places here and there. It goes extremely bright if you're into or want a bright TV. So that could be ideal for some people. I mean, it goes brighter than I'd like it to. At the minute it's about £1,100, which is not too bad, but for a couple £100 more you could have the 55C3, and I'd easily go for the C3 over that if it was me. I'd prefer the OLED. So that is it for now.